Nurses really are at the heart of patient care at Billings Clinic. One of the most important roles that a nurse has at Billings Clinic is that to help facilitate change and to be an innovator so that we provide the highest quality care that we possibly can for our patients. Nursing at Billings Clinic is based on the shared governance model. Shared governance empowers nurses to make decisions about nursing practice. It's a way for nurses to problem solve and collaborate in order to improve nursing practice and ultimately improve patient care.
I love to be involved. It makes me feel really empowered and like I have a voice in what I'm doing here in the hospital and making a big difference. Clinical Practice Council is a really big pillar in our nursing strategic plan, and we focus on patient standards, practices, and documentation of care, just making sure that everybody stays safe.
What Nursing Senate wants to do is keep in touch with the bedside nurses on protocols they're learning, on products they're using, and find out how it's going. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And if we need to change something, we want to bring it back to whatever council it needs to go to and maybe have them work on it to make it more productive for the nurses at the bedside. When you get involved with a council, Nursing Senate, your partnership council on your floor, you're doing something different that impacts your work and your environment on the floor.
We have a number of nurse managers on the clinic side that oversee nursing, and they go through our Clinic Service Leadership Group, or CSL. So that's one of the shared governance units. And then at the bedside, or at the direct patient care level, we have a group called Clinic Practice Council, or CPC. And that really is comprised of nurses that are in the front line doing the job. The more people feel like they have a voice, the more they feel like they're empowered, and the more they feel like they're really a part of what's going on.
We developed the Advanced Practice Nursing Council about 3 or 4 years ago, and that's been really well attended by nurse practitioners kind of across the organization, and has served as a way for us to sort of mingle and network and get together, but also talk about issues that specifically affect nurse practitioner practice.
In a Magnet organization, we really need to show that nurses are actively engaged in research.
When I started going to conferences and started doing research and started getting involved in that process, my idea of what a nurse could do changed.
It really allows us to work together and truly appreciate the value of one another in the research process.
Psych really took off with some pretty high-profile nursing research because we stumbled onto a protocol with a patient that was a very difficult patient that was refusing all medications and was very suicidal, very depressed. And we used a protocol that had been used in adults that involved manipulating light and sleep and wake cycles. And this patient responded, and it was very dramatic. We ended up trialing people. We ended up actually designing a pilot study. We completed a pilot study, and then we published a pilot study. The thing I'd say about Billings Clinic and being a Magnet facility is how committed this facility is to excellence. And as long as you, want to take up the challenge and do something excellent, they back you 100%.
What our nurse residency program does, it's a year-long program. We are actually accredited from the ANCC, who also accredits our Magnet status here at Billings Clinic. And so what that means is we actually provide education and support and a network to our new grads through that year transition based upon national standards.
The nurse residency program provides a bridge between the classroom and the hospital for the new nurses to thrive.
The Charge Nurse Academy was developed several years ago. As a charge nurse, learning the skills that we teach in the program, it's not all about clinical skills, and our charge nurses are experts in their clinical areas. But what we do also is we work on some of those softer skills that we don't just automatically know. So the program offers our charge nurses an opportunity to grow into informal leaders.
Continuing education for nursing is so important just because standards change There's research studies being done all the time to find the best evidence-based practice to take care of our patients, and we got to make sure that we're up to date on that.
The impact that we can all have on our profession is huge.
I think the opportunities in the region for nursing are really unique. And so if you're someone who likes a lot of action, you're the floor nurse, you're the ED nurse, you never know what's going to come in off the interstate, so it could be a car accident, it could be a mom in labor, it could be a child. And so really, I think it's unique if you like a lot of challenge. Oftentimes they don't have a physician on site, and so they really have to be able to triage, assess that patient, and decide what's best for the patient.
One of the beautiful things about nursing are the opportunities that you have to improve not just patients' lives while they're at the bedside or in the hospital or in the clinic, but also in the community. And we pride ourselves in being an organization that truly seeks to make our community a better place to live.
I had read an article about how many homeless teens there are in Billings, which is 800. I started asking nurses on the floors if they would be interested in starting a charity. Our charity is called Billings Nurses, helping our teens succeed. I think that the impact that our charity has had has been by creating more empathy for people who are homeless. We believe every person, is valuable and worthy of the best care we can give them.
One of the really interesting things about nursing as a whole is that there are so many different paths you can take. And so, if you're a nurse and you decide, well, maybe management would be interesting, there's a whole management line for nurses. Or if you want additional clinical skills, going forward with a nurse practitioner degree is a great opportunity.
Magnet-led means nurse-driven. And we see that here from the top leadership down, where we have nurses leading this hospital and they are providing and mentoring and supporting the new nurses as they come out.
What I love about nursing is the ability that we have to truly impact patient and family lives. When people are having some of the most difficult times of their lives, we can be there to help lift them up and to help guide them through what can sometimes be a complex healthcare system. We really are the leaders for these families when they're navigating these tough situations, and making a difference really feels good.